Swing and a miss, strike three.
Another swing and a miss. And Bellis gets his first K of the day. Takes strike three from Drew Bellis. Back-to-back Ks. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Drew Bellis is cruising now. Trying to strike out the side for his first time this year. He does! The breaking ball dives away from the bat of Powell. Brings the glove to the belt from the full windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Sees the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Caught and a miss. Another inning with 3 strikeouts from Drew Bellis.
As he gets a big swing and a miss, Riley Norton down on strikes for the second time. Kicks and deals, swing and a miss, his 9th strikeout. And Huber goes down swinging. Drew Bellis has double-digit Ks. 0-2 from Bellis. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kicks, he deals, and he strikes out Riley Norton looking.
Staying high.
Payoff pitch in there, strike 3. From Bellis, big breaker, strike 3. Wave and a miss from Zach White.
Coils of fire. Called strike 3. Lines up to throw his 38th pitch. Swing and a miss. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Has struck out 5 or more in each of his 4 outings so far this year. Struggled to a 1-3 record in their first 4. And Groen waves at that filthy curveball. Humas gets very fast at 81 miles an hour. And that was a slider, I believe. Gets a big swing and miss now. Bellis shakes once, twice, then nods yes to the third. The 3-2. Curveball, strike 3.
1-2 from Bellis. And Bowling watches a gutter ball go through. 2-2. Bellis kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Still working. 1 pitch away here. And on the inside corner. Stares at Truck at second. Now comes home. Does go to the curveball and gets strike 3 at season and all day. 2-2. Another swing and a miss. Maybe sharpening up a little bit. Which is a horizontal run.
Got him swinging. Number 11. 0-2 from Bellis. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-2 to Andrew Hollop. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bellis winds and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final regular season game on the Bethesda Big Train schedule. This is a continuation of a game from the 16th of July. The Big Train currently up 1-0 in the third against the Olney Cropdusters alongside Caroline Smith. My name is Quincy Bell. We got the skeleton crew today. Not a lot of people here. This game was scheduled on pretty short notice. Jackson and Eliav will have the day off. You might see them in some mid-inning stuff, but Caroline and Gibson Hurt, producer. Gibby, say hi.
Hello, what's up?
We are going to have all the coverage for you today, as well as a plethora of guests will be joining us. So to start things off, it's Josh Skoronsky at the plate with Brennan Wright on first and 1 out. The pitcher newly out there for the Cropdusters is Matt Russell. He is a rising freshman at Towson University, 2-0 this year with a 3.75 ERA. Caroline, he's been solid.
That sounds like a good ERA.
So Brennan Wright, he already got on base twice this game as Skoronsky draws a walk. So as long as this game just finishes, Brennan Wright's on base streak will get to 33 games.
I'm assuming it will finish because the weather finally is looking nice. It's not raining, it's not dark, no ominous clouds looming over the field.
I have had a few too many of those.
So here's Emilio Gonzalez. Say that again.
I said I've had a few too many of those clouds this season.
It's been a pain sometimes to try to get games in. Here's Emilio Gonzalez 12 RBIs in his last 2 games. He's had back-to-back 6 RBI games. Yesterday was absolutely amazing in South County. Ground ball back to the pitcher, thrown over to first by Russell. Relay in time, and that's going to end the inning. A 1-6-3 double play. We head to the top of the 4th. Big Train up 1-0 on the Olney Cropdusters.
Big Train got their 26th win of the season last night in South County. It was a laugher. 23-6 was the final score, but it was an eventful one. Emilio Gonzalez hit his league-leading 5th home run of the season. Brennan Wright walked to extend his on-base streak the entirety of the season. And South County threw out 3 position players that allowed the Big Train to pile on towards the end. Brett Ott was on base 6 times, a single, 4 walks, and a hit by pitch. And the bullpen came together to tally 9 hitters. Big Train playing their final game here, and the playoffs will commence on Thursday back to the East.
One. Go ahead.
Top of the 4th here from Bethesda, Maryland. The Olney Cropdusters up to bat. Their lineup looks a lot different from the 16th when this game was originally played. Will Henson comes in for Zakai Hawkins. Roan Klein comes in for Cade Walter. Aiden Fry comes in for Walker Zampella. Caden Ahern comes in for Austin Stalker. Camden Hodges comes in for Carter Ritchie. Andrew Kell comes in for Brian Scott. And we already talked about Matt Russell taking over pitching duties for Zachary Harris. Michael DeVinny on the mound to start this game for Bethesda. Kide Adatui pitched the first 3 innings of this game. No hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So his ERA, when this game is done, will go down by a few points. Roan Klein at the dish for Olney. DeVinny kicks and fires 0-2 way outside. We were talking about this earlier, but Caroline Gibson, if you guys had to pick a walk-up song for if you played baseball or softball, which I know both of you did, what would that be? Driven into right. Sorry to cut you off. Leaping catch by Peyton Steele on right for the first down.
I'm going to give 2 answers. I'm going to give a shout out to my favorite band. My walk-up song in high school when I would warm up for pitching was Lighterless by Microwave, which is my favorite song of all time. But if I had to choose now, I would probably go with The Hand That Feeds by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, mine were a lot less unique as that. I've had really 3. My junior year of high school, I went with Public Service Announcement by Jay-Z. And then my senior year, when I got the most at-bats, I used the Goosebumps remix and thought it was pretty good on beat. Had to find the clean portion of the song, but I liked it.
Well, Public Service Announcement is the lineup that plays when the Big Train lineup is introduced at the start of each game. But I made a special request today. Unfortunately, the late, great Ozzy Osbourne passed away today, but I demanded that the Big Train come out to Crazy Train for today's game, and they did.
I was the one who broke that news to Quincy. My coworker told me, and I texted my parents and him.
I'm a big Ozzy fan. My dad is as well. He always has Ozzy's Boneyard playing on the radio whenever he drives anywhere. And I will say he went out with a bang, that's for sure. So rest in peace, Ozzy. As that ball misses inside to Jimmy Kirk, he has a 1-out walk. But my walk-up song was Word on the Street by Key Glock, which I thought.
Gibby's laughing over there.
I thought that's a good one.
That's pretty good. I don't know. That's not what I would have envisioned you walking up to. I don't know what it would have been, but definitely not that.
I don't know how to feel about that. Here's Aiden Fry stepping in for Olney.
I could see you walking up to some Pop Smoke or something. I feel like that would fit you.
Okay. Fry, a junior infielder out of the University of Delaware, hitting .238 on the year, swings and misses for strike one.
Shout out Delaware. That's where my brother goes.
Go Blue Hens. I know some mascots, not as much as Eliel.
Eliav knows a ton. Delaware is kind of local to here, so I figured y'all would probably know that one. Devaney kicks and fires. Okay. Devaney pitching out of Tulane. Do you guys know Tulane's mascot?
Green Wave.
My aunt went to Tulane, so I got to know that one.
There you go. That is correct. Fry replacing Walker Zampella, who will finish the regular season with 4 home runs. Grounded over to second right to Martinez to Gonzalez. In time, double play. A smooth turn by the big tray middle infield. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Bethesda. We are back from Bethesda alongside Gibson Hurt and Caroline Smith. My name is Quincy Bell. This game has no implications for playoff seeding. The Cropdusters are locked into the number 3 seed, Bethesda locked into the number 1 seed. The reason these games are being played are for regular season stat purposes, but there are 2 playoff games going on today, the T-Bolts and the Giants, as well as the Braves and the Grays. That is the 6 vs. 7 matchup and the 8 vs. 5 matchup. The winners of those 2 games will play the Cropdusters and Senators, who sit at the 3 and 4 seeds. Right now, going on in Gaithersburg, the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts up 1-0 in the top of the first, and they're threatening with runners on the corners and only 1 out.
Be interested to see what happens if the T-Bolts end up winning a game, making it to a series, what they do if their field is playable with the whole situation that obviously is widespread across the league at their home field over the past week.
We talked about this on the broadcast yesterday as Steele is rung up looking on an outside fastball from Matt Russell. But we were talking about this on the broadcast yesterday about the firefighter who got mad that his car got hit and just sprayed a bunch of water on the field. We're wondering if Silver Springs Field will be even playable. That game, their playoff game right now happening is at Gaithersburg.
I've had multiple people in my life who know that I work in the league ask me about that. It was a very, very funny but horribly inconvenient to everyone involved.
Yeah, I have a good friend on the T-Bolts, and when I first got the video, I had like 7-10 people ask me what happened. I had to explain I wasn't there, but this is what I know, and I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I was talking to Silver Springs broadcaster Andrew Elvis, and he was talking about how he thought it was some spectacular incident, like some malfunction on one of the trucks. And then he was like, "Oh, it's just some guy spraying water."
Apparently, it was the captain of the fire station too.
That
is what I heard.
And from what I understand,
I can't confirm that, but that's
and
what I
from
heard.
what I understand is that there's a good relationship between the high school that plays there and the T-Bolt and the fire department. Like, they'll just sit out there and watch the games.
Oh yeah, I played there several times in high school, and we'd always see the firefighters like either standing on top of the trucks or out in front just watching the game when it was nice weather out.
Martinez will get to first. Martinez coming in for Logan Panett in this game. That's the only substitution for the Big Train. Unfortunately, Logan Panett suffered an injury and will not be with the team. He'll be around but not able to play for the last couple of games and in the playoffs. Here's Parker Corbin. Takes a curveball outside. But, yeah, that was just a wild situation.
Yeah, I even showed that to my mom who watched my games growing up, and she was in disbelief when she heard about that and saw the video.
When it was on the news, my dad texted me and asked if I wanted to watch it with him, and I was like, no, I can't. I have to go get ready to go to a game.
2-0 on Corbin. Martinez over at first. Corbin takes downstairs. Count as 3-0.
Supposed to play at the T-Bolts this past Saturday. Obviously got canceled due to weather, but from what I heard, there's a good chance that field would not have been playable even if it hadn't rained at all.
So the Big Train will be playing the lowest seed. The way the bracket has worked, once the first 2 rounds are over, the teams will be reseeded. So Bethesda, with having the number 1 seed, they will play the lowest seed that comes out of that round before them. So that could be any of the 4 that are playing right now, or it could be Southern Maryland. The only team it really couldn't be would be Olney. And then the Aces, who are the other team with the bye, they would get the higher of the 2 teams that come out of that preliminary round. Brett Ott takes a fastball in the outer half for a strike.
And one thing to note is there are no off days between any of these playoff games or series, however you want to call them. So teams are going to have to use pitch again, rely on guys who maybe haven't thrown as many innings to throw as they get down the stretch in the playoffs.
Brett Ott in the air to straightaway center. Kell ranges over, makes the catch. Martinez thought about tagging to third, but he'll stay where he's at. And Gaithersburg is something we were talking about because with Gaithersburg being the 6th seed, if they were to win both of their games, there would be a good chance that the Big Train would play them. And they've been playing as well as anyone in the league. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They've really turned things around. But currently, Silver Spring on the road in Gaithersburg has a 2-0 lead, and they still have 2 runners on with 1 out in the top of the first. And that's a team that knows how to pitch. As Dylan Murphy hits one in the air towards left, ranging over is Roan Klein. He'll make the catch for the third out. But that's a team that really knows how to pitch. So if they get this early lead with their ace, Josh Domaraki, on the mound, it might be all we need. We're going to have a bunch of guests on throughout the stream, and you'll find out who those are next half inning. New guest to the booth, please welcome Jack Coble. He is out of the University of Minnesota. Go Gophers.
Yes, sir.
So, Jack, tell us really quickly, what do you do for the Big Train?
So I do a bit of everything, pretty kind of. My role and official title is game day operations or baseball operations, whatever you want to call it. So I help with ticketing, merchandise, concessions, overall just in-game experience. So like for example, when people come to the ballpark and see the pup run that happens in left field, one of our more popular activities that we have, I help run that. I'm often on the mic for that. And then I also, occasionally help our social media intern, who does a fantastic job, by the way.
Caroline's great.
With just helping her out with ideas, videos, and filling in when she can't, but she does a fantastic job.
New pitcher on the mound, James Beasley replaces Michael Deviney, who threw just 1 inning, 1 walk, no runs, no hits. Now, I understand that on Dinosaur Night, Jack, you were running around in the dinosaur costume the whole time.
Yes, it was hot. It was like a steam room, sauna, whatever you want to call it. I think I lost a considerable amount of weight that day just purely from the 45 minutes that I spent in that costume. I'm happy there was a rain out. Not for the fact that we missed a ball game, but that I didn't have to inside that costume.
He came up to the booth and he was drowning in sweat.
When I got out of the suit, it felt like I was back in Minnesota with how cool the air around me felt just from being in that suit. It was easily probably 110, 120 degrees in there.
2-2 to Cater, and Ahern misses outside. We were talking earlier. I know you think Minnesota's going to have a pretty good year in football this year.
Oh, listen, we finished, I believe, around 7-4, 8-5, maybe something along those lines. Basically, we were like 3 games over 500 last year in football. A couple of those losses, shouldn't have happened. Were bad losses or just purely unlucky. But I'm very confident. We got a pretty favorable schedule outside of Oregon and Ohio State, and I'm a true believer. I still think we're going to be better than your Indiana team. I'm sorry.
You don't even know what they're called?
Yeah,
they're the
honestly,
Hoosiers.
I didn't want to.
They're
say
not the
Hoosier.
Indiana team.
Okay, my bad. I could have messed it up. My bad. If I didn't want to.
No, it's okay.
For some reason, I messed it up with the Sycamores of Indiana State, and I was about to say Indiana Sycamores for some reason, and I realized that doesn't sound right, so I had to say the Indiana football team, kind of like the Washington football team or something.
Ahern struck out against Beasley on a 3-2 pitch. Camden Hodges, the backup catcher, now steps in.
We're still going to be better regardless of what your team name is. I'm sorry.
1-0. Line in the air. Shallow right. Brennan Wright
nice play.
Going back makes
nice
the
play.
catch.
Quick 2 outs. Let's go.
Yeah, Indiana made the college football playoff last year at 11-1, taking Kurt Signetti away from James Madison. A local guy. There's a few people here that go to James Madison.
Yeah, our PA announcer actually teaches there.
Jason is a professor there.
Amazing guy. And a Mets fan, so even better.
You're a Mets fan?
Of course. Shout out my dad. He made me a fan, unfortunately.
Here's Coy Swanson. First pitch from Beasley. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Did you have a lengthy playing career at all, Jack?
Yeah,
baseball?
I played baseball up into my senior year of high school. I was on the varsity baseball team for my junior and senior year for Jackson Reed Baseball. Shout out Go Tigers. Made the state championships both years. I was more of a bench roll, locker room kind of guy. There's so much talent ahead of me, so I didn't really see the field that often. But I'd still, contributed in ways that I could, and may not have won a DC state championship, but we're competitive every single year. We're in the finals every single year. Won city championship, and
So you're from DC.
I am from DC proper. Went to Jackson Reed High School, Alice Steele Middle School, and Janney Elementary, all in Northwest DC.
I'm staying at George Washington for the summer.
That's where my parents went to school, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a nice campus.
It's pretty nice. 1-2 on Coy Swanson. James Beasley, 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 fifth. Sets, kicks, and fires. Swing and a miss. Swanson down on strikes. We have a lot of guests to get to. Sorry you had a little bit of a quick inning there, Jack.
That's
but
perfect. Game's got to keep on rolling.
All right, thank you for
having me.
joining. New guest in the booth, please welcome Christopher Putnam. Now, some of you might recognize Chris from the first exhibition game when not all of the broadcasters were here. Chris stepped in and did color, did a great job, and he's back for more today. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back in the booth for regardless how long the first time was.
It was only a half inning.
It was only half inning.
Half inning before the game got completely rained out.
Yeah, I remember it was a James Gladden rough outing, and it was just raining, and then that was it.
Well, that's been really his only rough outing. He's been pretty spectacular this year, if I do say so. He made the All-Star team.
He did.
9 games, 12 and a third innings pitched, a 1.46 ERA. He's been pretty good. Here's Alex Peltier to lead things off for the big train. Takes a slider up and in out of the right arm of Matt Russell.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I was hoping he wouldn't have a rough year, but I was like, that's a bad first data point, but that's awesome to see.
Didn't count for the stats because it was just an exhibition game.
Good point.
1-1, check swing, a full swing by Peltier in the eyes of our plate umpire. So, Chris, you attend the University of Michigan.
I do. It's awesome. Can't complain. It couldn't have been a better choice for me.
1-2 from Matt Russell into the windup. Peltier high in the air, deep out towards center. Kell ranging back. He's at the warning track. He leaps, and this is off the wall. Peltier with some major speed. He's up to second. He's going to keep the wheels moving. He's into third with a head-first slide. A lead-off triple from the ECU Pirate, Alex Peltier.
Anywhere else in the ballpark, that would have been leaving. Still awesome to see a triple, though.
Yeah, the old saying goes, good day for a home run, but even a triple's okay.
But yeah, no, we got a big contingent of Big Ten people. Multiple Indiana, got some Northwestern, got some Minnesota. I'm probably forgetting someone. We got some Maryland, right?
Maryland's not really Big Ten. I know that's the conference they're in, but they don't really count.
That's right.
Gibson doesn't really like that. I'm getting some bad looks.
They're too new to the conference to be considered.
I think the criteria to be part of the Midwest, because a lot of states claim to be from the Midwest, I think you have to have one of the original 10 Big Ten schools to claim you're from the Midwest.
Yeah. Or just be landlocked. That works too.
2-0. Wright takes just outside. The count is 3-0. Already 2 for 2 in this game, which was way back on the 16th. Had a double and a single. Michigan, I know, had not a great year in football last year, but they did round it out by beating Ohio State, which for a lot of Michigan fans, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, I know. It says I'd rather go 1-11, beat Ohio State as a fan than go 11-1 and lose in the first round of the playoffs. So that's everything. Winning 4 in a row actually, as this day, is awesome. But regardless, it's an awesome product. Love watching it every year.
Pick off to first. Diving back is right. Indiana versus Michigan in football this year was a lot of fun because, of course, Michigan
for sure
had a down year and Indiana had their best season ever. But
Absolutely.
It was still a really close game.
Yeah, no, I still remember watching that. I remember there was a part of the fourth quarter at the very end where we should have called, timeout. The clock ran down to like 10 seconds, being mad about that. But can't complain, coming off of the season before. And it was awesome to see Indiana do its thing that year.
Yeah, Jack was in here talking about how Minnesota's going to finish better than Indiana, which I don't know about.
They do have a good defense.
Minnesota
He
does?
keeps talking about that. Yeah.
Well, Michigan, I think, should be back to form next year. They got Bryce Underwood's like the high as Wright takes second. Bryce Underwood, though, is like the highest recruit in the history of recruits, is what people have been saying.
Yeah,
He's gonna be
for
Michigan's
us,
quarterback.
Yeah, he's the guy. I mean, it remains to be. They're probably going to split time for another QB game 1, but we'll see what they do following that.
2-1. Skaronski a mile high into right. It's the center fielder Kell who makes the catch. Peltier's going to tag. The throw goes up to third. Brennan Wright's in there safely. Big Train score for the first time today. It's 2-1.
Noticing for the first time being up here, or in a while, this team is, everyone's good at base running. I mean, everyone's well-rounded. Everyone can run the bases. It's probably a big reason why they're so good this year.
They do run well. They don't steal a ton of bags, but you rarely see them get picked off or make a base running mistake.
Seems like they're always like going first to third, hustling out of the box, touching singles into doubles sometimes.
So here's Emilio Gonzalez, currently leading the Cal Ripken League for the Triple Crown Award. That's leading in batting average. It's average, RBIs, and home runs. He's tied for the lead in home runs with Brady Grimes of the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
Well, let's go yard here. I mean, no better time.
I'm pretty sure if he's...
Oh,
he
man.
doesn't go yard. He loops one into right. It's going to fall for a base hit. Brennan Wright will score. And in the last 3 games, Gonzalez now has 13 RBIs.
So does that put him in the lead for
He's in the
batting
lead.
average? And
He's in the lead for average and RBIs. And
Okay.
I believe the only way he could lose in average would be if he went 0 for 5 today.
Okay.
And Logan Tribble of the Senators went 5 for 5.
Okay.
So with that single, he is 100% sewn up the average.
The batting title is locked up.
The RBI should be safe as well.
Just need that bomb.
If he's tied for the lead in home runs, I still think he gets credit for the Triple Crown.
Really?
Yes.
That's an interesting distinction.
But Grimes has had a really good year for Silver Spring. He could potentially hit one today against Gaithersburg. Currently, the T-Bolts are up 2-0 in round 1 of the playoffs. But even though it's a playoff game, the regular season it counts for regular season stats. They had to redo the whole playoff format with all of the rain. So it's been a hectic season, but game number 35, the Big Train still on top at 26-8.
Yeah, what has it been? Half the games have been affected?
Fly ball into center. Kell goes back. He'll make the catch. I believe I counted the other day. It was 14 games have either been canceled or pushed to a later date.
That's unbelievable.
That is just a ton.
And we're still here. We still got through basically all of them. So that's a testament to, this organization, everyone, the team, putting it all together.
Yeah, the season was supposed to be 40 games. We're sitting at 35 when this game's all said and done. But, I mean, it's hard to get all the games in. I don't envy the because it's up to the league office to put all the games together. I don't envy them having to reschedule everything. Here's Martinez working against Matt Russell. Takes down and away.
Does Emilio have any bags ripped this year so far?
Stolen bases, he has 3.
You got 3, okay.
Not a big speed guy.
Yeah.
He's gone a few times, but more of a home run hitter and not a base stealer. Martinez, a big swing and a miss at the curveball. It's now 1-2. If he gets a good jump, he could go.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing back, and someone have to get on their horse on the middle infield, probably the second baseman to go get over there.
1-2 from Matt Russell, misses outside. And Martinez has been picking things up as of late. He got ejected against Southern Maryland, and
Really?
he was in the midst of a 1-for-21 stretch. Since then, he is on a 6-game hit streak and had 3 hits yesterday against South County. Averages back up to 252, a pretty respectable mark. He was a guy that played a lot this past year at Florida Atlantic. 57 games, hit over 280 for the Owls. And now he lines one deep into the gap. This ball will get down, and Gonzalez is off to the races. He's up to third. Galvin Morris is giving him the windmill at third. Not stopping. Martinez up to third. The throw not in time. Second triple of the inning.
Out of way.
John Martinez gets his FAU teammate home, and the Big Train are now up 4-0.
I should stay up here the whole game, man. 2 triples, just like that.
The Big Train actually lead the league in triples. They had this is their first game with multiple triples, and with those 2, they now have 10 on the year.
Is this the first time in Big Train history to have 2 triples in the same inning? That's the
I don't
question.
have that. I don't have that off the dome.
That would be an interesting one.
We'll have to see.
Or across the league this year as a whole.
I don't know. Josh Skoronsky leads the league in triples with 3.
Wow.
0-1.
How many of those came at Shirley Povich?
I believe all of them.
All of them.
I think he may have had 1 at Gaithersburg.
Okay.
I know 2 of them were again. I think they were all here. And I know two of them were against Gaithersburg. Corbin takes a backdoor slider for strike 2. But he's been doing a good job. Corbin has also been in the midst of a little bit of a hot streak, swinging the bat better as of late, takes outside. And so all 3 of Skoronsky's triples were against Gaithersburg, and one of them was on the road.
Just torching Gaithersburg. He's got something against them.
2-2. Corbin down on strikes, whiffs at a changeup outside, but the Big Train put up 3 runs on 3 hits. Chris, thank you so much for hopping in the booth. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
New guest in the booth, Sorrel. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing fine. Sorrel, you've been at the Big Train a lot longer than I have. You want to explain what you do for the organization?
So this is my second year as a DeMesa Fellow, which are high school interns. I just graduated high school 2 months ago, and so now I'm working here before I go off to college.
And where are you going to college?
I'm going to the Rochester Institute of Technology for American Sign Language Interpretation.
American Sign Language interpretation.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know people that are deaf and that know sign language?
I've met people, yes.
What made you want to go into that?
I fell in love with the language my freshman year of high school, and after that, it was just the career path that I've gone down at this point.
New pitcher on the mound for the Big Train. It's Cole Ketchum out of the University of Mississippi. 1 inning for James Beasley. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 frame. First batter that Ketchum will face is Andrew Kell. So Sorrel, what drew you to want to work with the Big Train?
So my freshman year, I met a former intern, Parker Maddox, who's worked here for a couple of years, and he pointed me in this direction. I applied that year. Sadly, things didn't work out. They were just revamping the high school program. So I found out about the high school program after I'd already been rejected from the college one.
Oh, gotcha.
Since back then it was...
They took everyone?
It was everyone. It was a single program of high schoolers and college students. And so they then separated it to be high school and college.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice.
And then 2 years ago, I reapplied as I was I love sports. I've been working with Churchill's athletic department for 4 years as their announcer and scoreboard operator.
Line drive into deep right. Going back is steal. It's over his head. Andrew Kell has a double at least. He'll stop at second. Leadoff runner is on for the Cropdusters. So you said announcing. Is that broadcast like what I do, or is that more like public address?
I did both.
Oh, wow.
So I would do the I started out with announcing JV soccer games. Then I did shot clock for JV basketball. Then I did lacrosse. And then the following year, I started a sports media club
There you go. I
And
wish they had that at my high school.
And then I did broadcast for that until they needed someone to do the announcements. And I started doing public address announcements for 2 years.
Do you want to do any of that at RIT?
Probably not. I'm going to definitely want to focus a lot more on my American Sign Language and getting those skills improved. But for the years at high school, it was a great opportunity to learn how to double task, how to focus on multiple things. And it was really important to be able to have that schedule of knowing, okay, 5:30 I have a game. I have to be there by 5. I need to get my homework done before the game.
There you go. I'll tell you, even now at Indiana, I do my fair share of procrastinating and putting things off. But that is definitely a very good skill to have. R.J. Cromartie steps in from the left side against Cole Ketchum. Cromartie hitting out of the University of Notre Dame. Has struggled this year, hitting just 143 with 7 hits in 17 games. 1-1 from Ketchum, misses outside. Do you have a favorite sport or favorite team?
So
I'm assuming you're a baseball fan.
I am a baseball fan, but I also love hockey. And that's a
Ooh.
big thing at RIT
Yeah.
is their hockey program.
That is true. There's not very many D1 hockey teams, but RIT is one of them.
Yes.
So you Capitals fan?
I'm a very big Caps fan. I go to a lot of games with my father and my brother sometimes. Each year we take him for his birthday for the New Year's Eve game. So that it's either on New Year's Eve or the day before. We'll take him to the games.
Grounded to first. Gonzalez couldn't get a clean glove on it. And it looks like they are going to rule that in air. Kell crosses, and the Cropdusters are on the board. Yeah, the Capitals had a pretty good season this past year. They were the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but they did lose to the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's a lot easier being a Capitals fan than a Maple Leafs fan like myself.
For when they're doing great, it's easier to be a Capitals fan, but for many years they have not been doing as well as they have. Being a Washington sports fan is having a lot of teams let you down.
So are you Nationals as well?
Nationals, Wizards, Commanders.
Wizards is tough. At least right now, being a Wizards fan they are not great. Commanders had a good year. They made the NFC Championship game.
They definitely had a good year, but for the past, since I've been born, this was really the first good year.
Well, they beat my Chicago Bears on a Hail Mary, which I was not too upset about. Gibson, our producer, who's a Commanders fan, he'll just bring that up just to be funny.
I mean, it's a great example of it ain't over till it's over.
That's true.
The guy was going and taunting the fans. And
Tyreek
then
Stevenson. Broken bat looper over to second right. Flips to Martinez, relay to first. Not in time. Will Henson beats the throw, but R.J. Cromartie is forced out at second. I think not to nitpick, but I think you'd like to see Wright go for the tag on that one. I think it maybe would have been a little bit quicker than flipping to second.
it definitely would have been faster to just put on the tag and then throw it, since you would still have the force out. It's a different situation if you're tagging at first base and then trying to get the force over at second, but...
So here's Roan Klein, lined out into right field, his first at-bat. Catch him a deep breath, now comes to the plate. Backdoor curveball in there for a strike. Looks like the big train are content to just throw a new pitcher every inning. It was Michael DeVinny in the fourth. It was Beasley in the fifth. And now it's Cole Ketchum in the sixth. 4-1 big train. Line foul off the bat of Klein. 0-2 the count now. Klein, a sophomore infielder at the University of Utah, the Utes, hitting .224 on the year, 13 RBIs, has 2 home runs. The Cropdusters at one point were leading the league in home runs, and they still are. They have 22 on the year. The big train are in second with 18. 0-2 misses just low. Sorrel, have you noticed any improvements or not improvements from the big train this year as opposed to last year? Because you got a chance to watch them last year.
So I would say the situation with the general manager and director of operations is definitely more stable this year.
Raquel. We love Raquel.
Raquel's
She will
great.
be on the stream later. Bottom of the 7th, Raquel will be on the stream. Continue.
So I would definitely say the organization with that is way better. Last year there were some situations going on where things became very disorganized, but this year it's much more organized.
1-2. High in the air, deep out towards center. Peltier ranging back. He's at the warning track. He makes the catch. And Henson's got to get back to first. He will get back there. Deep fly ball, but Peltier a lot of speed out there. Anything on for the actual team?
I think this year we have some great returning players like Emilio Gonzalez coming back and Trevor Orth having a full place on the team instead of coming in mid-season.
Orth has had a pretty solid year. He pitched yesterday to the tune of 3 innings, gave up 2 runs.
Last year, being with him in the concession stand was fun because he played baseball, so he knew, and he played in the Cal Ripken League the year prior to last year, so he knew a lot of the stuff and a lot of the people, so it was fun being able to pick his brains in concessions. And then to have him go out and play was really great for the interns because we would go out, and whenever he was pitching, we would start cheering. Some of the teams got really confused why we were cheering this random pitcher because they didn't realize that he was our concessions manager beforehand.
Yeah, we were trying to get Jackson a chance to pitch because one of our broadcasters, he is currently pitching at a Division III school in Minnesota. And for a game like this, he could go out there. Deep drive off the bat of Jimmy Kirk. Peltier, no room to get this one. It's off the top of the wall. Henson around third. He's going to come to the plate. Martinez with the relay throw to Murphy in time. Henson toast at the plate, and that will end the inning. Sorrell, thank you for hopping on. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure to be up here. Thank you so much.
Bottom of the 6th, set to start from Shirley Povich Field. New guest in the booth, Addiston Gordon, our director of analytics. He runs the track, man. All the speeds that I see, all the breaks and all this stuff. It's all courtesy of him, Addiston. Do you want to go and dive into what you do for the Big Train?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously the biggest part of what I do is just game by game, tagging every pitch, making sure we get the right pitch types for all the players, specifically our pitchers.
That's why he's in when the Cropdusters are pitching.
Yeah. Because, we get we have it pulled up here. You get the spin rate, vertical break, horizontal break, velo, obviously, very important. But, these guys, a lot of them see them during their college season, but it's good data to get. And then after the game, I just make models for them to visualize it easier, give them summaries so that they can make necessary adjustments, and the coaching staff can coach them up in areas where they might need to improve.
The models are, let's just say Addiston knows a lot more about coding and computers than I ever will, because it was pretty impressive. You showed me some of that, and it was pretty nice. Brett Ott ahead in the count 3-1. Matt Russell still on the mound for Olney. 3-1. Ott pops one in the air, down the line and left, shallow. 3 guys going in on it, but it's Rowan Klein who calls everyone off to make the catch. Now, Addiston, I understand you are a bullpen catcher at Virginia Tech.
Yep, that's correct. I started as just kind of a data analyst for them. Wanted to get involved in the analytical side, learn from some great people there at Tech, but I saw an Instagram post that said they needed a bullpen catcher, and I tried out for that. So that's what I'm doing most game days, and then more of the analytics stuff behind the scenes.
Murphy grounds on over to third, stabbed by Cromartie. Throw across is in time. Now, I understand you also are an agent for a couple of people in the MLB draft circuit.
Yeah, good shout out there. Not quite agent yet, not certified, but yeah, I've been representing or advising, I guess is the proper term, some high school and college amateur players who maybe are a little bit more under the radar, at least at this point in time. So that's been a little side project that I've used analytics to help me with. So that's pretty cool.
So aren't you also the founder of the Gordon Baseball Management Group?
Yep. GBM.baseball on Instagram. I'll put a little plug in there. Follow.
So you're a draft advisor and the CEO.
Yep. Started that about a month ago because one of our pitchers at Virginia Tech, actually, he was a grad student this year, and I talked to him a little bit on the road, just asking him if he had someone advising him, representing him, and he didn't. And then he actually texted me about a month later and asked what I can do for him. So that's kind of how it started, but it's pretty fun. Good.
Of these big train pitchers, as someone who analyzes pitching for a living, who do you think's looked the most impressive?
Good question. I mean, it's hard because a lot of these guys are so young, but obviously Bellis with the strikeout record, like he's been electric this year. His stuff's great. Kide looks really good. If Lehman's got some good metrics, good velo, good spin. So we've got a lot of guys who might make it to the next level on this team.
2-out walk for Peltier. If you count when this game started back on the 16th, 2 singles, a triple, and a walk for Alex. Pretty solid 2 days at the office. And here's Brennan Wright, a double, a single, and a walk so far in this game. Extended the on-base streak to 32 games yesterday, and he already had this one in his pocket. Pickoff to first. Peltier almost got caught. Ball squeaks out of the mid of the first baseman, Ahern. That was a pretty quick move over there to try to get him at first. Another big lead for Peltier.
He's got to go here. Oh.
Right fouls on away. As a catcher, what are you doing to try to, I guess, limit a guy as fast as Peltier on the bases?
I mean, a lot of it's on the pitching, but
it's just not your problem.
Yeah, not my problem. I mean, I only catch bullpens, so I don't have to worry about that, luckily.
Peltier, 19 stolen bases on the year. Right on the ground. Diving stop by Cromartie. It comes to the shortstop, Henson. Throw to first, not in time.
That would have been crazy.
That's a single for Wright, his third hit of the game. And actually, Peltier had 2 stolen bases when this game was first started, so he's actually sitting at 21 on the year right now. Okay. He's been solid. And here in steps Skoronsky. This is a guy, if you're a sabermetric guy, a lot of exit velo on his swings.
Hits the ball hard, hits it in the air. I mean, that's a lot of what guys are looking for nowadays, for the whole launch angle thing, which was big in particular a few years ago, but still very much prevalent in today's game. And yeah, I mean, if you hit the ball hard, good things happen. So he's definitely a guy who benefits from that. Big frame.
2-0, has an OPS above 1,000, 1.007. 4 home runs, 3 triples for Josh. 2-0, swing and a miss. Nice bite on that slider from Matt Russell. 2 on and 2 out for the Big Train, leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Matt Russell set, kicks and delivers. Down and in, ball gets away a little bit from the catcher Hodges, but not far enough for Peltier to advance. 3-1, and I'll tell you, you don't want to have the bases loaded for Emilio Gonzalez. But Skoronsky draws the walk. And the bases are loaded for Emilio.
Not a position I want to be in if I'm Russell.
So Gonzalez, 34 RBIs now on the year. Back-to-back 6 RBI games on Monday and Tuesday. Or on Sunday and Monday, and now on Tuesday. He already has one with a single in the 5th. And a home run would give him the outright lead for home runs in the league and almost sure up the Triple Crown. He takes one inside. Brady Grimes for the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts, the only guy who can catch him. Those two are both sitting at 5, and the Thunderbolts up 2-0 in their playoff game against Gaithersburg in the top of the 4th. In the other playoff game, the DC Grays are leading the Metro South County Braves 3-0 in the top of the 4th. 2-0 the count on Gonzalez. Takes a backdoor breaking ball for a strike.
Nice pitch there. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple more off speed than the at-bat.
Gonzalez is a guy that has been a pretty good hitter on off-speed pitches. Swing and a miss that time. Obviously, he's a good fastball hitter, but he's been able to adjust well to breaking balls. Not a guy that gets fooled too often. 18 walks to 15 strikeouts. Pretty good ratio. 2-2. Russell looking to escape this inning with no damage. 2-2 to Gonzalez.
Spat him up.
Goes fastball hunting and fouls one away. So Russell trying to pitch backwards a little bit to Gonzalez. Start with the slow stuff and then ramp up the speed. 2-2, we'll see if he goes back to the fastball. Goes back to the breaking ball, misses down and away. Now the runners will have a head start. 3-2, Addiston. What pitch are you looking for if you're Gonzalez?
He's got to sit fastball. I mean, you said it. You said it. He adjusts well, so we'll see what he throws, but
payoff. Comes to the slider and takes it outside. Gonzalez with another RBI on that walk. It's 5-1 Big Train. Gonzalez now 35 RBIs on the year. That's an even 1 RBI per game.
That's solid. And how many broken bats per game?
Ooh, he had 1 the last time these two played in Olney. Peyton Steele pops one up foul.
He might be on 5 or 6 now for the year.
Yeah, do we still have it? I don't know. We had part of the bat here. I don't know where it's at. Oh, Gibson has it in the producer booth.
Yep.
Caroline, hand me that. If Gibson would pay attention and cut to the camera, we'll show you the bat from Gonzalez. Here's Russell. Steele pops one in the air, foul. This is the bat he broke in Olney. So yeah, got it. We put the mic on top of this as like a mic, and then Raquel said that we should not be running around with a sharp shard of wood, which is probably a good idea. Steele takes low, 2-2 on him. Now Raquel will also be joining us in the bottom of the 7th, so just one more half inning between you and her. 2-2 to Steele. When he lets go of the bat that time, didn't break it, but just had it slip out of his hands, and Martinez in the on-deck circle had to duck and cover.
Some pine tar on that.
A lot of people have been using that spray.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what he is getting. That was a pretty big swing. He was trying to get all 4 runs home with that swing. So 2-2 on Peyton Steele. .25 RBIs on the year for Steele. Fouls one straight back. Putting up a battle here, and Russell has really had to work after getting those first 2 outs. It's been walk, single, walk, walk. A little bit of him losing control, but also the Big Train grinding out at bats. 2-2, Steele takes down and away. Another full count.
Struggled with command on that slider this inning. Got a guy warming up in the bullpen. Wonder if this is going to be one of his last batters.
There's a righty warming up in the bullpen. Payoff to Steele, lined up the middle. And it drops in front of the center fielder, Kell. Right, and Skoronsky score. Gonzalez into third. Big Train all over the Cropdusters. It's 7-1. 2 more RBIs for Steele. That's number 26 and 27 on the year. So now Martinez steps in a triple his last at bat, and it looks like they are going to make a call to the bullpen.
Yep.
We're going to step aside for a moment. Addiston will be back when we come back on the Big Train Baseball Network. Matt Russell's day is done to the tune of 3 innings, 5 hits, 7 walks to just 2 strikeouts. Surrendered 6 runs, and could be more if Gonzalez and Steele end up scoring from first and third. New pitcher on the mound for Olney is Gavin Metrick, a rising freshman at Towson University, hails from Fulton, Maryland, is 1-2 on the year with a 7.9 ERA. Addison Gordon is still in the booth with us. 0-1 the count on Martinez.
Uh-oh.
That ball gets away, and coming in to score is Gonzalez. So that run will be charged to the line of Matt Russell, and that's the 4th run of the inning for Bethesda. And I know you go to Virginia Tech. This has been a theme of the guests. Well, what can we expect from their football team this year? 'Cause that's coming up.
I mean, I got to say good stuff. Football, probably, winning record, but, Tech fans are hard on their team. They expect a lot out of them, but basketball, not so much. Football is kind of our sport. I mean, win or lose, the crowd's going to be crazy. They definitely beat Indiana.
You're the second person to say that,
Yeah.
and you're the second person to be wrong. That's
Okay.
Did they make a bowl game this past year?
Yeah, played Minnesota, so.
Did they beat Minnesota?
No, we lost Minnesota.
Jack up here, who goes to Minnesota, was talking about how they would beat Indiana.
I don't even know if Jack was watching that game, to be honest.
I'm sure he was. He knows ball. 3-1 to Martinez, misses. So he's on with a walk.
All right, I'm going to say we hit through this inning, not around.
Now Addiston is batting around 9 hitters or 10.
It's 10. Through is 9.
So this has been a big debate between legitimately everyone in the Bethesda Big Train organization, from the players all the way to us, is batting around 9 or 10 batters. Parker Corbin is the 9th batter of the inning. I think batting around is 9.
I'm going to say through is 9, around is 10. I think Raquel would agree with me. I think Caroline is definitely agreeing with me.
I don't remember what Raquel said. I know I asked her, but I don't remember her response. Corbin fouls on away. But myself, Jackson, and Eliav, all 3 broadcasters, we say batting around is 9. Caroline and Gibson, who were on the broadcast earlier, they are big believers in that it's 10.
I'm on their team here. I think our PA announcer, Jason, I think he
Offer
he's
third, and taking third is Steele.
he's on the 9 train or 10 train. It's 10. Yeah, I'm hearing it's 10 from over here. So I'm gonna go with what
Raquel just said it's 10. I could hear her through the glass, so I'll talk to her about that when she comes in. 2-2. Corbin swings through.
if she comes in.
She's coming in bottom of the 7th.
Man,
Yeah, I thought we'd been over that.
we'll see what happens here.
2-2.
Don't hate on our offense here.
Oh, mercy, you're right.
Yeah.
2-2. Corbin takes outside. You just have to be up by 12 after 7 innings. So the big trim, we need to be up 13-1.
We jinxed it now. Just making sure Raquel comes in the booth.
Payoff. Corbin lines one just foul down the third baseline. We'll give you a playoff update. The DC Grays are still up 3-0 on the Metro South County Braves. Over in Gaithersburg, it's still 2-0 between the Thunderbolts and Giants in the top of the 5th. Silver Spring leading that one. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on the corners for Parker Corbin. Gavin Metrick comes set at the belt. Martinez will
Great
be off to second. Corbin takes high. Another walk. And so now you're saying they've batted around.
Yep, batted around now. How are you going to score this?
And so not only have they batted around, they've batted around after the first 2 batters of the inning got out. So Brett Ott now has to try to avoid making the slightly embarrassing second out of the inning. So he has the bases loaded and 2 outs. Facing off against Metrick. Takes a backdoor breaking ball for a strike. I'm not too keen at identifying what types of pitches are. I try to do my best based on the break, but that's something you're a lot better at than I am.
Usually with less vertical break,
Slider.
like closer to 0, you're going to get a slider, and more.
That's what I try to like.
it's gonna be curveball.
Normally, I try to look at the more horizontal slider, more vertical curveball.
Right.
But then sometimes you got people who are running fastballs with 20 inches of break.
Right.
In fact, Zachary Harris, who started this game back on the 16th for Olney, he was getting 18, 19, 20 inches of horizontal run from his fastball.
Devaney was getting up to 20, close to 25.
2-1. Ott takes on the outside corner for a strike. Yeah, Devaney, strong inning in the 4th today. We'll see who comes out for the 7th. It was Beasley and Ketchum who each threw an inning. 2-2 from Gavin Metrick. Ott grounds on right back to him, and he'll flip over to first for the 3rd out. But the big train push across 4 runs. Addiston, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, great talking. Thank you.
New guest in the booth, staff writer Calvin Kaplan out of the University of Northwestern. Calvin, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Quincy. It's been quite the game. The Big Train doing well, extending this lead in the last inning.
So you've been writing some pretty great articles that have been seen on the website. If you had to pick a favorite one, what do you think's been your best article so far?
I mean, we just had one go up today on Coach Sal that was over 3,000 words, a ton of interviews, kind of a catch-all feature on his tenure as the Big Train coach. That one was really, really fun to put together, and it was really cool to kind of look back through history, so I'd probably have to pick that as my favorite.
Cater and Aiden Fry, my apologies, flies out to the deepest part of the park, 355 feet on that fly ball, 97 off the bat, but straight into the glove of Alex Peltier. Now, Calvin, I understand you do some broadcasting at Northwestern.
That's right, yeah. I'm with WNUR Sports, the same station that Eliav does broadcasting for as well. Also do production for Big Ten Plus, but I've gotten the chance to do baseball for them as well as softball, lacrosse, basketball, and should do more sports come this fall. So it's been very, very exciting, a fun first year.
I was telling you should broadcast here next year.
That's right. Yeah, that's always on the table. I mean, there's certainly looking for opportunities in that regard, but it's been very enjoyable to write for the team as well. And like I said, had a lot of fun working on the feature, game stories throughout the season, doing a lot of interviews. It's pretty cool stuff.
0-1 grounded over to first, just foul off the bat of Ahern. You're one of the few people that comes with us to most of the road games, because not all the interns have to go to the road games. It's mostly just me, Eliav Jackson, Caroline Gibson, and then either you or Alex who comes to write the game story. So you were with us in South County yesterday.
That's right. Lots of memorable moments at those games.
0-2 from Cole Ketchum. Yanks it inside and hits Ahern in the back of the leg. He'll have a ride to first. So just to keep up with the theme of asking everyone how their football team is going to be this year, what can we expect from Northwestern football?
Oh, man, it's not good. I mean, you look at the positions, and really the only upgrade they have is at quarterback, which is obviously a good thing. Preston Stone, coming in from SMU, is going to provide better stability there. But beyond that, at wide receiver, it's really, really depleted. Top two guys are probably transfers who are not proven at the Power 4 level, and so it's going to be a difficult watch, in my opinion, this season. I mean, we've seen Northwestern football exceed expectations before, but probably going to be a tough season this year.
You're the first person to not say that your team would beat Indiana.
They will beat Indiana, but they're not playing Indiana this year. So
okay.
Whenever they play Indiana next, they will.
Yeah, Addiston said that Virginia Tech would beat them. Jack said that Minnesota would beat them. And Chris, I don't know if he said Michigan. That's Michigan. They normally would beat IU. Last year, Indiana beat them, but Michigan should be back to form this year. Camden Hodges in against Cole Ketchum, behind in the count 0-2. Deep breath from Cole. Now kicks and fires. Runners off for second. Throw down by Murphy. Not in time. Swiping second is Ahern. Ahern, not one of the faster guys on Olney. Olney is not a team that likes to run a ton. Actually, never mind. They're first in stolen bases with 120. So they do like to run. I don't know why. I was thinking of yesterday. South County is a team that doesn't like to run. I kind of got my teams mixed up there. 1-2. Ketchum kicks and fires, and we got, I believe, a pitch clock violation, and that's not the first time Ketchum has gotten a pitch clock violation this year. He has a pretty long routine and sometimes allows a free ball from taking too long.
Always interesting in this league where you don't have the pitch clock being shown to the players, but rather just kept by the umps. So certainly adds an interesting wrinkle to it.
So the count is now 2-2 on Camden Hodges. Ketchum peers in, comes set. Big deep breath, kicks and fires. Popped up foul. So what made you, obviously you got to be a pretty bright kid to go to Northwestern, but what made you want to go there?
I mean, honestly, it's just, like you said, obviously the academics are a big part of it, but I really, really enjoy journalism, broadcasting, writing, all of the stuff in sports media. It's something I've practiced for many, many years, and so I've known for a long time I wanted to be a broadcaster, I wanted to be in the sports media industry, and eventually, when it came time to look for colleges, Northwestern was my top choice.
So are you a sports media major at Northwestern?
They only have one major in the journalism department, which is journalism, but they have so many opportunities in sports
like
media.
subsets?
Yeah, well, it's sort of, you have very much flexibility in what kind of classes you take. So even
Indiana's similar.
Yeah, like one journalism major is not the same as the next. It all depends on what you do with it outside of class and do with extracurriculars.
Yeah, so Indiana is similar, but like the major, they have different titles. So like my major is sports media, but like I'm probably taking the same type of classes and doing the same type of thing you are, to where it's
for sure
pretty much the same thing. 3-2, Ketchum, another deep breath. Fires to Hodges. Lined in the air out to straightaway left. Brett Ott has an easy catch for the second out. But yeah, it's ultimately the title's not going to get you there. It's going to be what you do with the title.
Absolutely.
So I do wish you the best of luck in your broadcasting endeavors, because I know you told me that's ultimately what you really want to do, but you just finished up your freshman year. It's not easy to get broadcasting jobs at all.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, as a freshman.
That's for sure. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I applied for different places, and I do writing for Inside NU, which is the kind of sports blog / student run website that covers all things Northwestern sports. So I'm a managing editor there now. I also host a radio show for the radio station, but a lot of different
I might have to tune
opportunities
into
there.
that.
89.3 FM. You can also find it online on Sundays at 8 Central.
1-0. Ketchum delivers to Coy Swanson. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Runner on second with 2 out. Big Train have been all over the Cropdusters today, 8-1. And they have outscored them 7-1 just in the last couple of innings. 1-1, Swanson takes inside. So, Calvin, this has kind of been another running theme of the guest. What's your fandom? What teams do you root for?
It's all DC,
outside of Northwestern.
Yeah, all DC sports for professional. For college, both my parents went to UT, so I'm always going to be a UT fan, even if that's now secondary to Northwestern.
Which UT?
Texas and University of Texas at Austin.
So that's not the real UT.
That is definitely the real
Tennessee's
UT.
the real UT.
No, never.
My grandfather played football for the University of Tennessee.
Oh, did he? That's cool.
Yeah, so I never miss a Vols football game. And they're called the Volunteers because so many people from the state of Tennessee volunteered at the Alamo to help Texas become a state. My dad always likes to say Texas wouldn't be a state without Tennessee. 2-2. Misses outside. So that's why Tennessee's the real UT.
Sure, but I mean, Texas, they got a big fandom.
Texas was also the only school to deny me when I applied there.
I mean, Texas fans also kind of look pretty bad. I don't know if you remember last season when they threw trash on the field to try to get that pass interference call
and they
overturned.
did get it overturned.
They did. It was terrible. I mean, the call was wrong, and they got it changed to the right call, but I was watching that game, and I just couldn't find it in me to defend Texas fans, even though I was one myself.
Payoff from Ketchum to Coy Swanson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ramps the fastball up at 91. And the inning is over. No runs crossed as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Calvin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here.
New guest in the booth, please welcome Director of Operations and my boss, Raquel Ordonez. Raquel, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Quincy. Thanks for everybody asking me to come on.
So you are the second straight member who was a Northwestern Wildcat.
For my master's, yes.
Okay, you went to Salisbury
University for my undergrad.
Apologies for the mispronunciation. So Raquel, tell us a little bit about what you do for the Big Trade.
So I do everything outside of the baseball diamond, whether that be sponsors, vendors, intern program.
Dealing with us on a daily basis.
Yes. We have 29 interns, so I deal with a lot.
You come to all the road games too. I believe yesterday was the first game that you didn't come to.
Mm-hmm.
But so she does a lot. She comes to all the road games. Ground ball up the middle off the bat of Murphy, and Henson went to a slide, but I think slipped a little bit and let the ball get past him. They're going to rule that in air. I don't know about that one. That would have been a really tough play to make. Raquel, what, you think that's a hit or an error?
I'd call it an error. He had that in the glove.
Think so? Okay. So, regardless, Murphy is on to lead off the inning. Now, Raquel, if the Big Train score 5 runs of this inning, the game is over due to mercy rule. And I don't know if
I'll say it right now, and I will test. I did not say it. Quincy said that this time, Gibson. I did not say it.
Gibson likes to get on us whenever we jinx everyone. We have 3 more guests set to come, though, which are Ben, Alex, and Nate. So hopefully we get to have them on, and this game will extend. But for the moment, Murphy is on first. Peltier at the plate has gotten on base all 4 times in this game. 2 singles, a triple, and a walk. So this has been a theme of what we've been doing. Raquel, do you know how good how do you say it again?
Salisbury.
How good will they be in? Do they have a football team?
They do.
How good do you think they will be this year? That's been the
I
theme.
have not paid attention to my alma mater at all since I graduated, which is almost 4 years now, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know you were talking about how excited you were to get this job working. You're from Baltimore, so decently close to home. A lot of driving for you.
I do drive a lot.
Up the middle, Peltier is on for the 5th time this game, and this ball is again going to get to the wall. Murphy off to the races. He will be waved home. Relay throw will not be made. Alex Peltier with a double, and he's now a home run away from the cycle. Have yourself a day, Alex. 2 singles, a triple, a walk, and a double. If he gets another at-bat, he doesn't have a home run yet this year, but it'd be a good time to hit one. It's 9-1, Big Train.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, Raquel, what do you think has been the most rewarding part of this job for you?
Just to see how much you guys have grown as a group.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like, when you guys did your team bonding in the very end of May, right before the season started, none of you knew each other. We're getting to know each other, and now I don't think you guys will leave this summer without actually contacting each other throughout the years. I really do genuinely believe all of you guys are super close.
That is true. Ball gets away. Peltier off for third. No throw made by Hodges. Before we met everybody, Mark, who is doing photography for the Big Train this year, he told us during one of the Zoom meetings, he was like, you guys are gonna be friends for like the rest of your lives. And I'm sitting in a Zoom meeting I don't really want to be in, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, fine. But he was right. I think especially the Eliav and Jackson have been great friends. Gibson and Caroline, all of us who go to the road games. We've gotten pretty close. It's been a lot of fun for sure.
You guys have spent decently almost 40 days or more consecutively working together.
It's been a lot of fun. I am getting course credit for this internship, which was nice, and I needed 135 hours to get 3 credits.
I genuinely think you got that in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, because you had to write my supervisor review, which I'm gonna get the credit. It sounds like, so I guess you didn't rip me too badly, which is good.
Never.
3-1. Brennan right up the middle. This ball is getting down.
Let's go, Brennan.
Peltier will score. It's now 10-1. Brennan Wright again on for the 5th time today. Wright and Peltier in this game, if you count the first 3 innings that were played back on the 16th, both of them have 4 hits and a walk.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't know who Caroline's going to select for the graphic then.
Oh, she'll have a decision to make. So we've also been talking about professional teams we support. So you being from Baltimore, you're Ravens and Orioles.
Absolutely, and I'm counting down the days for football to start.
So Ravens should have a pretty good year. Made it to the division round, lost to the Bills, but that's a team that they've been good, like really good. They just haven't been able to get over the hump since Lamar Jackson's been there.
Listen, that's a whole other conversation that we can have, and it can go on for hours. But Ravens will win the Super Bowl this year.
Chopped slowly down the third base line by Skaronski, and Cromartie overruns it. That's going to be a second error on the inning for the Cropdusters. We'll take a little bit of a look around the league to the other playoff games. Silver Spring has broken and open against the Gaithersburg Giants. They lead 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. That is something I don't think a lot of us saw coming. Josh Domaraki has been on fire today. 5 scoreless innings so far for the Silver Spring Ace. Over in Woodbridge, Virginia, the DC Grays are handling the last place Braves. They're up 6-0. They changed the playoff format at the last minute with all these rainouts to get everybody in. I know you told us to give feedback on our internship experience. I know you can't control the rain. But that is something that has been a little bit of a pain this year, has been trying to get games in with so much rain in this area.
Oh, I know. Yes. One of my main points for this upcoming season, for next summer, broadcast booths will get AC.
Yeah, so this booth does not have air conditioning, and it's hot up here a lot. So for the sake of whoever you hire to broadcast next year, I hope that they have AC. Gonzalez, big swing and a miss. 2 RBIs already in this game for Emilio, 35 on the year. A home run would give him the outright lead in home runs for the Triple Crown. Brady Grimes on the Thunderbolts is who he's battling with. I don't believe he's gone deep in the game. So if he finishes tied with Grimes for home runs, he would still get the Triple Crown, but I'm sure he'd like to win it outright. 3-1 on Gonzalez with runners on first and second. Still nobody out. Gavin Metrick kicks and delivers. Backdoor slider called a strike. And a home run would end the game, too, and get to 13-1. And we'd have the 12 runs after 7 innings.
We'd all get to go home early. Very early.
Yeah, it's only 8:25. Payoff. Gonzalez grounds one over to short. Henson bobbles it.
Wow.
And will not have a play. That's 3 errors in the inning for Olney. And the second error on the inning for Henson. There's really nothing to play for in this game for Olney. So you'd like, if you're a Cropdusters fan, you'd probably be fine with them getting their mistakes out in this game. Olney has been in the middle of the pack in terms of fielding. They're 3rd in fielding percentage, 5th in total errors.
I was going to say, they're very lucky that this does not impact any seeding, because we would be talking very differently about playoffs for tomorrow.
Yeah, this game has no implications on seeding. Alexandria and Southern Maryland is the other game going on right now with no impacts on seeding. Senators leading the Aces 9-7. That game's in the top of the 6th. Gaither, I'm surprised Gaithersburg is playing as poorly as they are, because they've been one of the hottest teams in the league, and Silver Spring has been struggling so mightily.
The Bolts haven't played in almost a week.
No, they haven't. They've been struggling mightily too. They have 1 win in July.
Wow.
And they're up 6-0. Josh Domaraki, who they are putting on the mound today, it's been magnificent. He was leading for the Cy Young Award, the Pitcher of the Year award. Lined up the middle and threw for a base hit off the bat of Peyton Steele. Scoring is right. Around third is Skaronski, and he will score. 12-1 Big Train.
You didn't jinx it.
No, I didn't.
Maybe you didn't jinx it.
maybe not. But 2 RBIs for Steele. That's 4 in the game for him.
Now on the shortstop, John.
Maybe I was the lucky piece here, you know?
Maybe. We might need to have you on in the playoffs. We just made our broadcast schedule for the playoffs. It'll be Eliav and Jackson on the call for the first game. Then it'll be myself and Eliav on the call for the second game. And then should we need a third game, it'll be Eliav and Jackson again. It's a whole thing. We had to try to split the innings evenly, but we were able to do it. We did that today. Here's Martinez. Pops one foul down the first baseline. So I didn't want it to come, but should we talk about the Orioles?
We can. Will I have a lot to say? No, because the baseball team that I've been focused on is this team. So MLB games and stats right now I haven't had much info for.
That's another error for Olney. Ahern lets the ball slip out of his mitt. That's 4 in the inning for the Cropdusters. Yeah, I've obviously been paying a lot of attention to the big train, but like lost in the mix is me watching Cubs games because I've been so busy broadcasting. The Cubs are not only second place in the National League, but they're second place in their division because the Brewers are playing so well right now. Parker Corbin could walk things off, grounded back to the pitcher, and Metric had no idea where to go, and now he throws home to get Gonzalez for the first out. So Corbin not able to get the job done. 1-2 on that putout.
Now on left fielder, Ray.
But hopefully the Cubs can win that division. They pretty much shored up a playoff spot.
Hopefully they can. I mean, it'd be great.
Rico, you have a Northwestern Cubs hat from your time in Chicago.
I do. The only Northwestern hat that I have is the Cubs hat, which I'm okay with. The Cubs are my National League team, due to being there for 2 years.
With Brett Ott being the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning, Raquel, have the big train batted around.
No, they have not yet. It's 10 batters.
This has been a very hot debate. We've been talking to umpires during rain delays about what they think. Caroline put a poll on the Instagram, and it was 53% to 47% in favor of 10.
And that was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
We're still debating this today.
Ott has a 3-0 count, and one more ball would walk in a run and end this game. Metrics 3-0. Misses. Brett Ott takes the walk, and this game is over. Bethesda wins it 13-1. They finish the regular season at 27-8. Raquel, it might have been you coming to the booth.
It might have been, and I didn't call the jinx at all. That was Quincy, but Quincy, you had a good call for this one. Thanks for having me on, everybody.
All right, so we're gonna round this stream out. We thank you for joining. I feel a little bit sorry to Ben, Alex, and Nate who didn't get to come on the broadcast.
And Brendan Wright, because he was waiting on in the corner.
Get him in here. So I didn't know you were coming up here.
I'm here.
Gibson, cut the camera. Cut to the thing. So, Brendan Wright, we were trying to get you on the broadcast this game. We were trying to get Sal to give you the day off.
That's right.
And he did not. So did you run up here after you scored?
I did. He once they pinch ran Matthew Wesley, I sprinted off the field so that way I could come get my time to shine.
So I hear that you want to go into broadcasting when when you're done. So you just finished up at Meridian Community College and you crushed it there.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be going to South Alabama this upcoming season. You got any? You excited about that? I'm sure.
I'm very excited. You know, I feel like going to junior college was the best thing for me. Absolutely loved the 2 years that I had at Meridian, and found out that I broke my junior college coach's on-base streak. So
oh, really?
I was really excited about that.
How many games was that?
His was 30, so now I guess mine's up to 33 now.
Oh, he was for this league.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It was for this league, yes,
gotcha.
Sir.
I thought you meant when you were at Meridian. So you have 33 straight games on base. I don't know if the playoff games count for your streak. I think they should. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Right.
So 33 games. I hope that it counts for your streak. You have a very similar approach to when I play because I didn't have a ton of power.
Right.
So I just was trying to get a walk and poke a single somewhere. So
name of the game. I mean, especially for guys like me, that don't really have as much pop, just trying to, like I said before.
I mean, I didn't hit 350. So. And you're playing a lot better players than I did. So what can we expect from the Bethesda Big Train going into the postseason?
I think you can expect, what you've seen all season, just like today, putting in a lot of runs on the board. And, the pitching staff I feel like, looks as great as it has all season. So, just coming in, pitching staff's going to throw a lot of strikes. I feel really confident in our staff, and I feel like day in and day out our offense continues to put up almost double-digit runs every single day. So I feel like you can expect to see that from the Big Train.
13-1, didn't even play all the innings in this one. A game y'all didn't need to win, but won it anyway. That's as well. Right. So Brennan, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
And thank you for getting on base.
Thank you.
Every single game. For myself, I got to name everyone to come on the stream. For myself, Caroline, Gibson, Jack, Chris, Addiston, Sorrel, Calvin, Raquel, and Brennan Wright. My name is Quincy Bell. Next time you'll see us, we'll be in the postseason. The Bethesda Big Train will be taking on either the Grays, Braves, or whoever the lowest seed is. It's really to be determined. To round out the scores, it's 6-1 Grays over in Woodbridge against the Braves, and Silver Spring is up still 6-0 on the Giants. For the regular season, done. Now to the playoffs. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.